this. All right, it is some date in February, the 24th.
Right.
The year is 2026, I think. I said to some earlier that if I have half a brain today, have to be satisfied with that, and I hope you will be too. So, for the record, Tom, Timothy, Bill, Stephen, Larry, Helen, Susan, good group. I
Good.
think we have 18 photos today, something like that.
Good.
So, I was worried as of, I think, Sunday night, we had two, but
Mm.
Oh, wow.
yeah. So, but it's good. I'll take them to the last minute. Announcement for me. We've talked about this federation of camera clubs around the state.
Yeah.
Mark Herboth was he was an important part of getting the thing going. And this is one of the first things to harvest. This comes from the Cary Photographic Artists Group, not the one that that is there's one that is a paparazzi.
Hmm.
It's not that one. I thought it was at first. But I have a web page to send anybody that's interested rather than make a bunch of copies. But it's an open exhibit. And the joining time ends the 15th of April. There is an entry fee, and that and the details are on the website that I'll give you. There are two categories. You can submit up to 3 images in any combination of monochrome or color. They're doing what I have advocated for Silver Arts, that we should not have a film, even though we've done well in film, but you get 30 or so at state for digital, and 6, 7, 8, 9 or so. I think 9 this last year was the most that had ever been since I've been around. And I've written to the board to say that we ought to go to color and black and white. And it can be film or it can be digital, but they're doing what I think is a good idea. $1,200 in prizes.
Oh, in private. I thought you were going to say Yankee.
Thought that was the
That's the
fee.
motivator, right?
That's right.
Well, and it's a good thing to do, just to do it. I don't know what I should have looked up the amount for entering, but I didn't do that. But they're taking 50 images, and it's going to be a video presentation, as I understand this, will be virtually displayed on Cary's website. So if you're interested, either pick up this today or let me know and I'll send it to you.
Okay, great.
I have a question. They want prints, and then they're gonna take video.
No, you send them a video. You send them
A digital.
file, a digital file.
Okay.
And that's what they'll call from, and that's what will be on the final exhibit, which is,
Okay.
You'll have to
yeah,
have a print.
yeah. I'm sorry,
You'll have to have a print for the final exhibit?
nope,
No print.
no print.
Well, the entry fee is like half of what a print would cost,
Right.
so, so it's almost worth it to do it, just because
Yeah.
it doesn't cost you a print.
Well, I think doing that, you get an idea of what interests people. Not necessarily what you think is the best, but what other people think of it. And I'm going to get back to that at the end of this, I guess. But there's talent in this that ought to be doing for every exhibit that comes up that is worthy to you and time for. But anyway, this would, if you haven't ever done it, this would be a good start for it. So, any other announcements?
Yes,
Yes, Bill.
I've always been pretty much an advocate for cameras over cell phones. And when we've ever talked about printing, yeah, that's where I thought cell phones really lose it. Well, I had to go through and clean the heads of my printer and clean it all up. And I decided I'm gonna take one of my images from Iceland and I'm gonna print it. So what I wanna do is just start off showing a 6x4
Cell phone photo.
cell phone photo.
Yeah.
Untouched?
Yeah, the only thing I did is I changed the sky to black and white just to make it a little more.
It's really out of focus. No, it's just I'm trying to see to put it up online, but it's not working very well. Big boulder in the middle of a river.
And the only thing that I did to this, other than my normal little changes, I put it through Topaz just to upscale it a little bit. So after that one, I decided, I'll go at 8x10.
And this was iPhone, right?
That's my
Or you're not
Pixel.
your iPhone, you're whatever.
Mhm. It,
No, it's still, what am I looking at? Is this still iPhone?
Yeah, this is.
That's my cell phone, yeah.
Cell phone.
What, cell phone?
Okay, one more to come, isn't there? Oh, two more.
Oh my God.
Then I decided to print it 12x18.
Still iPhone.
This
Yeah,
is all the same
it's all
picture.
I'm saying iPhone.
Android.
They're all the exact same picture, I just resized it.
I don't think this will work over here, but we'll try it.
Try
Yeah,
it.
but this one,
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's just a little too blurry.
Yeah, well, it's depth of field. That's what's
Can
happening.
you move it?
Yeah,
Try holding
okay.
it-
Yeah,
Try holding it farther away.
yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Well, let me look at it real quick before. This one's sharp.
Can you pass the small
And-
one too?
the one thing that I failed to remember
Wow.
is that my
Look at that.
laptop is backlit. So when you print, that was a little on the dark side. So all I did with this one, I raised the exposure by 0.8 stops.
Exposure on your,
In Photoshop Elements.
oh, okay.
Yeah, this is all the same image. It was just resized,
And what was it in Photoshop Elements that you were able to do?
raised the exposure by 0.8 f-stop.
Okay, so that's one of
That's
those.
in the raw editor.
Okay, look at this, Mike.
Still excellent.
Yeah, it's very sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what's the difference
So the
between
one
those?
that Tom has just has the little higher exposure,
Okay,
and you'll be able to
wow.
kind of see the difference.
My Sony won't do that.
So,
Bit of
yeah.
a,
I was changing my photo, the background.
Where the separated
Yeah.
black and white.
Yeah, that's where I did the black and white, and and this, let's see. Yeah, this is the one that I lightened up.
well, that's really fascinating.
You printed all of these yourself?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
because I had to go clean all the heads and everything, because I hadn't used it so long.
Yeah.
And it's so sharp. It's just amazing.
Yeah, so that's,
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
it came through.
Wow.
That it?
Yes.
This is the big one.
Maybe it's
11 by
that's
17.
12 by 18. And so I would keep the 3x2
Wow.
ratio.
Yeah, see it.
What happened?
It went away.
There it is.
There's a blob.
Well, you saw it for a little bit. I don't know.
I did see it. It looked great. It looked really good.
Take that to the photo contest.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, there you go.
We're back, take it back to you.
Yeah. I think if you move it back, it
Yeah.
shows up better.
You're in focus, so put it where you are.
Yeah, I guess that's it. Well,
Wow.
But it was just a test of just seeing how far it could go. Yeah,
And what kind of printer do you have?
I had a Canon Pixelmug Pro 100. It's an old one.
How many colors?
8.
20.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I used to print my stuff on, the blue hands for like 2 months. That you had not run through so fast.
No.
all right. Good lesson.
But yeah, I just thought,
Fascinating, yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I just, now the one that I lightened up a little bit, I
Do you
probably
remember how
could
many, megabytes the original was?
no offhand.
One of the things I noticed that I'm doing Topaz now, it's like I've got more depth of field on the top.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
And of course, so you'll get things sharpened that are in the distance that, weren't sharpened on the original photo. And this is a good thing or a bad thing, depending on what you're doing.
And I just used Topaz on this just to upscale it. I didn't use any sharpening or denoise or anything.
What do you mean by upscale? It's just
Yeah,
to
what's
pop the white, the white balance and the.
I still take maybe a 7 megabyte file and make it a
Oh,
20 meg.
make it 20.
Oh, so it'll make, okay, so upscaling makes it.
Scaling the.
But, I thought it was interesting, so I figured I'd lick my wounds.
Yeah.
So should we all sell our digital cameras?
No, there's still things that artists can do better.
Yep.
What?
Okay, we're starting the list. And first up is Larry. Is that right?
That's right.
Yeah. You may.
Oh, free stuff.
There is it.
I thought you could guess what this is.
Yes.
Guess?
That's,
Oh,
that's downtown.
thanks, Bill.
Downtown Greensboro.
Greens.
Ah,
And I just thought all of the different angles and just, plus the bridge that goes across the street
And then the reflection.
and the reflection of the building. I think that's a garage
I like it.
on the other side.
It's great.
Which camera
Yeah,
were
there's
you
a lot of
using?
buildings in there.
I was using my,
Yeah.
the Nikon, I have a P610, which is one of those really long zooms, a fixed lens camera. It's zoom up to 1400 millimeters, but I didn't use that, obviously, that part. It just, I don't know, it just caught my eye and I just shot it, you know how it is.
oh, you got the reflection of that old building.
Yeah.
yeah, that's good.
Kind of tells the story.
Nice.
Modernization, doesn't it?
And it's
So-
sharp all the way back.
Yeah.
Mm.
We were kind of disappointed because we thought there'd be more people out on the weekend in Greensboro, but boy, it was dead.
Was it cold?
Not that cold. Greensboro isn't like I remember it being.
Nothing is.
No, but I mean, we've been there, within 5 years, we've been there at least 2 or 3 times. But anyway, so that's that.
Color on this one is really terrific.
Oh, yeah.
It is. Really is nice.
That's a that border is I can't remember which program I used, but it was available in the programs I boarded. This is an old building, as you can tell, and it's in, the old part of Seattle. Not the new part where all the new, glass and steel. But this is more of in the downtown area where they have little art galleries that do glass blowing. And this was just one of the buildings I saw that was sort of interesting.
That's a really good building.
It is. Looks like they've done some refacing on it. I love the different colors.
Love,
Red.
love the frame.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is a frame.
Drop shadow and everything.
Yep. All right.
So, but wait a minute, Larry, you can, would you be interested in changing the perspective on that building so that you don't get the slanting? Or would
Is it
you
slanted?
like the slanting?
Yeah, it is slanted.
Yeah, it's Eiffel Tower. I mean, it gets smaller towards the top a little bit.
But you can fix that easily if you want to, but I mean, it's a choice. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, the light pole is a little bit skewed to the right.
Well, you
The
can,
building, the windows, sides of the windows don't line up with the frame, but I tended, I don't know, anal about it or something with that. It's a choice, but you can do that.
Oh, I know.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But good shot.
Yeah,
Beautiful color.
yeah, those colors.
And next is Tom.
So I'll let Susan talk about this picture.
Oh, I didn't know you were gonna make me, okay. So the guy there who's sort of hunched over a little bit is my sweetie Jim, who died almost 7 years ago. Tom asked if it would be okay if he showed this picture, and I said, okay. And it's just, actually, if you look on Jim's face, it looks like he's grimacing, but he's really not.
Looks like smile to me.
And
Yeah, me too.
he designed this building, and it was done with wood that we brought out from the West Coast, and Jim did Japanese carpentry. He had hoped that someone would be interested in having a Japanese style building built, but no one ever was interested. And we had all this wood that had come from Oregon, I think some of it was Port Orford cedar, and we hauled it all the way from California to North Carolina. Our community wanted to build a memorial building for this couple. I don't know if anybody would have known. Lee and Edith Calhoun, they were apple tree people, and after Edith died, she died first, Lee wanted to build a memorial building for her. And Jim said, I'll donate the wood to this memorial building. So he designed a building, the community helped build the building. The shoji screens, if you look on either side, that's what Jim did Japanese carpentry and made shoji screens and other stuff. So this was put up by the community, but sort of under the direction of Jim, and he designed the building, and there he is, and he's my sweetie pie.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like Tom can describe. Tom also has another wonderful picture that I thought about. I don't know if someday you want to bring it in, of Jim and me at Mama Dips.
Oh.
So anyway, Tom, why don't you take it from there?
Well, yeah, and also Jim was an really good friend and a beautiful, beautiful cat. One of the great storytellers I've ever run into. So about the photograph, there's the flare, which, oftentimes the flares are really good, and this one I don't like. The photograph itself was a piece of junk, and so I had to work a lot to get it so it looked good.
The result is not junk.
Yeah, it looks okay. But the technically the interesting thing, I guess, was, first of all, I had to decide, is this a picture of Jim or is it a picture of the building? And so I had to move the brightness of the gym relative to the building, and then the building relative to gym, and to try to get it in the same world without, anyway, and then also trying to get light into the back of the building because it was very dark.
Oh, that's very, so
So,
how'd you do that?
So what you do is you jack up the brightness for the whole thing, you invert it, and then remove, leave only that super bright part into the back and remove everything else from that part of the image. And then there were lots of things. I did the same thing with the building and gym relative to the sky, which, anyway.
And you also took out the decking, right, in front of the
Oh,
building?
yeah, there was a generator here. Big Honda generator. But it didn't fit.
Did we lose?
So I have a question, Tom. When you did those adjustments and you say you selected gym and the house, and did you create separate layers for them to put them back into the image, the final image?
Chuck, I didn't select them as the way you're thinking of the word. I covered everything with black and then removed parts of the black.
Oh, okay.
In and out with black and white.
Oh, that's a lot of work.
Yes.
Well, nice memory, nice photo.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say that Jim was a beautiful, beautiful cat.
All right.
Ooh,
So this is my other building. My friend Jane Colvin, whose grandchildren were visiting from Oregon, and she knocked herself out to do things so that the kids would be entertained, including putting up this tent that she bought.
that's great.
And she said the kids showed up and all they did was look at their phones all the time. And I didn't notice it very much.
Like a reality show.
I didn't notice the thing. Oh, that's nice.
They probably don't even know what a TP is.
No.
Or maybe another definition of one.
Yeah.
I'm sure they've seen the emotion.
I feel so sorry for them.
Anyway, and I says hello to my friend Jane, and she put those pink chairs in there. I just, and I don't know, you can't really see it, but I really like the way the background turned out.
Yes.
To the wigwam, I call it Jane's
Wigwam.
wigwam. Jane's wigwam.
Yeah. All right, creative as usual.
Pink chairs.
Yeah, the pink
Yeah, the
chairs
pink
are
chairs.
too.
Yeah. All right, Bill's up.
Ooh,
Yeah, but I was up in Iceland, Reykjavik, and we had spent a couple of days up there, but we always walked out of the hotel and walked in a certain direction. Then the day that we're waiting for the bus to pick us up, I decided to take a little walk in the back of the building, and there was the more interesting stuff. So this was just the beginning of a small arty area back there.
and it's funny, because you know how sometimes things are tilted or whatever, and everything is just right on straight. In other words, there's no,
No lens distortion.
Yeah. And this one, if it had been a sunshiny day and the sky was blue, it would not be the same picture, I think. Yeah, yeah.
There were some people right in the center of it, like by that little opening between like the hedges or the stonework there, but I
Boom.
took them out.
took them out.
Come right out.
Yeah. But
Their heads not.
Right,
yeah, it really bothered me that I didn't see this earlier. We had this town, but
it's
that
beautiful.
just makes a good reason to go back.
Yeah.
Now you got a memory of it forever. Right there.
But I love the fact that the puffin and the bear.
Yeah.
Just,
I just like the color flow.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, that's an amazing
Colors. a lot of impact.
And then I.
Very nice.
Square as well, because in the rectangular, just nothing looked right.
That's true.
Which camera was this?
This was a cell phone.
This was a cell phone? That's right, you did.
This is one I should try to enlarge.
It's beautiful.
Now, this is that main cathedral in Reykjavik that everybody goes to see, and there's a certain way that everyone goes up to it. But I decided just to walk around it and just try to get it from a different perspective. There were some tree branches on the left-hand side in the sky there, so I removed those. But yeah, it was just a beautiful blue sky that day, and the light stone, it just really popped.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like having the trees in there. I think it helps the composition.
Yeah, it takes a little of the coldness of the stone and the blue sky.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
nature back in it.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Bill. Timothy is up. Whoops, wrong way.
When I went to, I just like the lines and the shapes on this. Caught my eye. I was at the Greek festival, the Greek church over there by South Point, and
Yeah.
rainy day. But my eye caught the lines.
Yep.
And, I just liked it, so I shot it. I don't remember what I shot it at because I pulled these out of my buildings file because I've been working on my book, so I haven't really been out shooting. But yeah, I just liked it.
Yeah.
I've wanted to stop at that church as well.
The food at the festival was right before Stagecoach Road down there. The food was amazing. My wife bought a dress and a couple of handmade cards. But it was rainy day and it was muddy, and Millie got all muddy, and my daughter was with me, so luckily she took Millie out of before I strangled her. But yeah, I had a real nice time, and took some photos inside of the building. If you haven't been in there, the ceiling is just incredibly beautiful. It's a beautiful church.
Yeah.
I figured that would be the only chance for me to get into a church like that, to go to like food festival. And I did. So, and I didn't really do anything to this. I actually shot it in black and white, and I think I shot it with a 180 2.8.
Good photo.
Yeah, very nice. I like all the gray tones.
So this is this is Trinity College, one of the halls in Trinity College in Dublin. And this is an interneg. This is a scan of an interneg.
What's an internet?
What is that?
Well, back in the day when you shot the slides, this was shot on a slide originally. It was shot on a, I want to say Kodachrome, but it was probably Ektachrome. To print it, instead of having, they make an interneg of the slide so that you have a negative to print from, because back in the day, printing from slides was more difficult because it's reversal. So this is actually from an interneg that I had scanned in my scanner.
Wait, so you're saying the internet is a slide or?
An interneg is a negative taken of a slide.
Oh, okay.
Back when when making prints from slides was more difficult because it's positive and not a negative.
Oh.
You have to process it differently in the lab.
A slide is actually your negative. There's no negative involved when you shoot slide film. So your slide is actually the negative, but it's actually called positive. So you have to make a negative of it, an internegative, but that's what you call it. So this, anyway, I scanned this, it's in my buildings file. And it's pretty sharp for
Oh,
being
yeah.
interneg. You gotta consider that, the slide was very sharp and was in color. I just really like the light. This is when I was back, learning, just exploring, going out to seek light and shadows because I had been studying black and white in school. So took it in color because that happened to be all I had, and then I just made the internet. I didn't make it, I slipped it out, probably in the 80s.
You can even see the hanging lights.
Yeah, and I didn't really do anything to it. That took the slide, made an internet, scanned the internet, and then just put it as a digital print.
How old was that building, do you think?
Taken in 89, maybe 87.
No, not the picture, but the building itself.
Oh, that's Trinity College. Oh, gee, I don't know. Probably, I don't know. It's pretty old. It's in the 17s for sure.
The reason I asked is because that's very clever in the 1700s, because obviously light was only by candlelight front.
Right.
So they cut that ceiling and they inserted those panes.
Skylights, panes, yeah.
I wonder if it was all done.
Yeah, as you can see, even still today, there's not, I mean, of course, I've been there since, but I don't think I went in this building again. There's not a lot of lighting in there anyway. It's just a couple chandeliers and a couple things on the wall. But it's a fascinating place. If you go to Ireland, it's one of my favorite places to go when I'm in Dublin, when I'm visiting my brother.
Book of Kells.
Yeah, I saw the Book of Kells there. Yeah, I saw that. That was later, I think, that it was there. But yeah, that was beautiful too, if you get a chance to see that. Anyway, this is, probably you've seen it, Man's Chapel Church down there.
Oh,
My friends were getting married there, I think. Yeah, and my wife and Nancy and I drove down there to just check it out. So we'd know where we were going, so we wouldn't be late. And, how much room there was. And so I just shot that. I just liked it, the angle.
I love the tree.
Yeah. It kind of, I think what made me take it was, I think Nancy said something about, look, that looks like our tree that's gonna fall in our house one day. And so I said, I started to picture of it. Of course, the tree's still standing. And I think the only thing I did with that was, I know I shot it at 200, but I think when I edited it, I gave it a little cool, so it would have a blue effect, more of a.
There may be a picture in the picture with just the tree in it.
Yeah.
And one where you actually couldn't straighten it.
But yeah.
Because you lose part of that church on the left-hand side, so you kind of have to.
And this is, I carry a camera in my backpack usually always, and this is, I usually carry it with a 20 because, if I get too much, I can fix it later, but if I got a 180 in there or something, I'm screwed, I can only go back so far. I fall in the river, as my wife usually said. If you have another lens, you're gonna fall in the river. So I just keep backing up. Anyway, that's it. I'm sticking with it.
All right.
They found it after his demise.
oh,
Helen,
wow.
That's it. Wow.
guess
I
what?
recognize that place.
Yes, I do too, yeah.
Where is that?
Yeah,
Where is
that
it?
is Saxbaugh.
Oh,
Down
that's right.
down at the far end.
Wow.
I was just looking through my archives, and that is a cell phone picture, which
Wow, very sharp.
I try not to do, and I enlarged that thing a lot, playing with it. It's been cropped and cropped and cropped and cropped.
I really like, I mean. I
Well,
like
look how
the
sharp it
lines
is, even
and
that
stuff.
Yeah, it's still.
Mm.
tack.
But I'm trying to remember, and sorry, I forgot to do it this morning, what that might say. The Jordans of Jordan Lake, I know he was he wasn't the owner of the mill, but he ran it, and he ran the town, and it looks like it might say Jordan, but I don't know. I don't know what that says, but.
Yeah, that's the back end of the auditorium.
Uh-huh,
It's the Haw River Ballroom. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah. But
And the ale house under there is very good.
Yeah, right. And you can get a cup of coffee and just sit out there and
On the top, yeah. Uh-huh.
I like all the complexity in the picture, I sometimes
It's busy.
do things like that, I like
A
that.
lot going on. I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like all the stuff.
And with the garden to, kind of as a counterbalance to all the steel and iron and stuff.
Uh-huh.
I liked the, I don't know what call the fabric?
The sunshades.
Yeah, sunshade.
Yeah,
What do you think that, right below the awnings, that it looks like, you really can't see what the markings are, but it looks like it has a lid on it, like it was something melting.
What, a boiler of some sort?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know.
it was, I've forgotten now, but, and I also have pictures that have that writing visible, but I can't remember what it says either.
I can't either. I drew a blank when I looked at it, and I meant to research it this morning, but I didn't have time. But as I said, that's a cell phone picture. I didn't bother to look at the info on how it was shot, because the time I got through with it, it had been completely changed.
I mean, it might say Hall River Ballroom, so like that, but that would have
Oh,
to wrap around quite a bit, you know?
Yeah,
But it might have Hall River on top and then Ballroom on the bottom.
her ballroom, yeah.
I think
Oh,
that's
Yeah, I
what it
think that
is.
is.
that's another
Mhm.
one. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Which is an excellent venue, by the way. But the only issue is that if you go see a concert there, you got to stand up pretty much.
What, at the ballroom?
Yeah. Sometimes there's some seating, but it's really limited. But the acoustics are really good, and they have really good artists appear there.
They do, except the seating's not so good.
Yeah.
No, not good at all.
You're gonna stand for.
Can you bring your own
entire show.
chairs
You can, if you
No.
get chairs, you.
No, it's a crowd issue.
with you?
Pardon?
Can you bring chairs with you?
No, you can't.
So,
Oh, okay.
you can sit outside and hear the music very nice on a summer night.
Well, Chuck was saying that you can't bring your own chairs,
You can't.
so.
They're seating up on the balcony, but it's very limited.
Right, right.
You're supposed to be dancing. The ballroom. But very good picture, Helen.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm shocked.
Very
it
nice.
held up, because I don't know how much I enlarged that thing.
Great though.
That may have been taken with my previous cell phone, not this one.
Chuck,
This one's mine. I went to Raleigh to that Peace March a couple of weeks ago. My wife and I went and was well, actually with a friend, and just got out of the parking lot. We parked near Shaw University, Shaw College, and I had looked across the parking lot. I was like, wow, that's a really interesting juxtaposition of the old and the new.
Yep.
And so I left my wife and her friend and just ran over there and just walked around and just shot that picture. It's not super remarkable, but I do like the way the sun's hitting those buildings and just like the remnants of an old neighborhood and then what's coming in for new. So then I looked it up, and it's a pretty interesting building. It's the Dr. M.T. Pope House, and it's a museum. And his name was Manasseh Thomas Pope. He was born in 1858. No month or date assigned because they probably didn't know. He was born a freedman, black, African American, and he died in 1934. He was a medical doctor and a business owner, and he was a graduate of Shaw, and this is the last remaining house of a neighborhood that was in Raleigh. That was a segregated neighborhood that was primarily inhabited by middle class black families, and just really, I didn't know that history about it, but it just stood out. Like, that house is obviously been well taken care of, and those buildings across the street are nothing special. They're just office buildings, And I looked them up, and there's just various business. But now I did technically on this image, I did use the lens correction quite a bit to get those vertical, because I was using a wide angle lens. This is what was I? Oh, I was using a 36 millimeter lens, which is the widest I can go on that particular lens, and it was a ISO of 100 and f8, so I got everything in focus, and 160th of a second. Anyway.
I really like this photo. Just catches my eye. But one of the things that comes up is a picture within a picture. I've recently found a group on Flickr that's called Abstract Architecture, And
Hmm.
this is a classic. If you just limit it
Mm. Just that pattern of the
to
glass and the
yeah,
brick and yeah.
and they won't take anything that's not kind of abstract, but
Uh-huh.
a lot of but don't mistake me. It's a really good picture. I like it a lot.
Well, I like those patterns too. That's what drew, like
Hmm.
something about that whole all those textures and colors and stuff, just the way the light was hitting it and that blue sky. Um, yeah, I just felt like I had to capture that. So anyway, that was my first one, and I included it because I like to have sh something, try to have something that I'm doing currently, along with my archive stuff.
The other thing that came to me could have come up earlier, I guess, but the one of the suggestions for photography is get in close, but there is a good argument, I think, of getting back, because especially with buildings, if you want to ever get the lines straight, the farther
Mm.
back you are and still have a good print is helpful.
Hmm.
Because if it's too close, you just don't have the room in the file to bring things the way they're supposed to be. But this is a great photo.
What I love
Oh,
about,
thank you.
Oh,
I just said, the red building with the square windows, it's, it's like an optical illusion. The building to the left has square windows too, but the lines are drawn, it looks
yeah,
more like it's lines than squares because of the way the big squares in the red building. Same with the other building. I'm sure that the white building has squares too. But I don't see squares in the building to the left. I only see the
yeah.
lines.
But
Yeah, those vertical
the
lines. Yeah.
the other thing that's interesting, that took me a while to notice this, is there's a reflection of the tree on the
On
house.
the house, yeah.
Yeah, the shadow. Yeah, yeah.
You think about trees and houses, and when you look at those really new buildings, you don't think about the trees.
Yeah.
So
To see a tree down
that
there.
reflection, I don't know.
So I'm going to have to go back and go look through that museum because it's on the National Historic Places register. That home is. I want to see what they got in there.
Yeah.
And then this is from France in June of 2023, when Jennifer and I went to France. And this is there were so many different combinations of pictures that I could have used. And this is in Chartres, and it's an amazing piece of folk art. It's called Picassiette House. I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly, but my wife in the next room might shout out the proper pronunciation. Um, but it was built by a man named Raymond Isadore, and he was born the work was done between 1938 and 1964. Um, and it was super bright that day. It was the last town we were visiting in about a 2 week trip or so. And we walked from our hotel that was in kind of near the Chartres Cathedral in the town center. And then we walked a few miles. This is out in the suburbs. So it was probably just out in the countryside back when it was first made. But it's just this meandering or just, I wouldn't say sprawling because it's not that big, but it just is this add-on and to add on all these rooms and just nothing but pieces of porcelain and glass and broken pottery that this gentleman used to create this fantastic work of art. And it's like you can see those are representations of not only Chartres, but I don't know the names of the other cathedrals throughout France, but there's six of them right there, six other ones. And it was just a really interesting place to visit and unusual. And yeah, just some of see,
There's
this
a
was, I was
portrait in the
shooting.
middle.
Yeah, it is. And I shot this when I really regret the decision, but when I was traveling, I set my camera to produce JPEGs, and I really shouldn't have done that. But anyway, I was thinking they would take up more space, and that wasn't an issue. If I had that raw, I could. And I tried to edit that just the other day, trying to edit it for a more interesting result, and it's beyond my skills. I don't know. And also I think there's not enough data for me to do anything other than what I did out of the camera there. But anyway, that
Nice
was that.
shot.
It was a strange, because I must have had it on ISO, and auto, and it was 1,000 ISO, which is maybe not the right setting, but a wide angle f8 and a 640th of a second. So
If you zoom back in, like,
Okay.
those hands, like,
Oops.
underneath the guy's head.
yeah, the hands at the
Oh,
base.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Look
yeah,
like pinwheels, and then they look like hands, yeah.
yeah. They are. Yeah.
Reaching from the grave.
He's still trying.
I was just looking up, Chuck, you said they might, those cathedrals might be representative of, the major French Gothic cathedrals were, of course, Notre Dame and Chartres and Amiens,
hmm
Reims.
Yeah, Notre Dame's got to be one of those. Yeah, I would think.
There was another one called Beauvais Cathedral, and these were all built, mostly started at least in the 1200s.
hmm
Yeah.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Bourges and Beauvais.
Beauvais,
Well-
is that how you pronounce it?
A lot of history.
Yeah.
Could be those cathedrals in the background.
Can you imagine putting all those little pieces of glass, pottery, whatever it is?
He just constantly, wandered around that area, finding things, material to use in his house,
Yeah.
which is like what am I trying to say? I don't know. The word is escaping me, but and in honor of um, all those cathedrals.
All right. Lynn is up.
Time for me to wake up. So this is in Charleston, and it's the Catholic Cathedral of St. John. And the day, beautiful blue sky and winds, gusts, I think maybe, I don't know, like 30, 40 miles an hour. It
Oh.
was really windy.
We walked out on a pier, and it would have blown you off into the water if you didn't. Anyway, but yeah, it was windy.
It was scary. Anyway, so I shot this at 1/1600th of a second, f18, 24 millimeter, ISO 1600. And I did straighten it. We were standing across the street, and I didn't have my wide angle lens with me. I had left it, and so it was hard to get far enough back.
Mhm.
And I didn't leave enough room. So if I changed it vertically, then I would lose the top of the building. But
Mhm.
anyway,
Very symmetrical.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, within the frame, you mean, yeah.
I like the clouds too, the one at the top and then at the bottom.
Well, I think one thing I know that Lynn picked up on was at the top, the bell chamber, whatever it is, it's open on both sides, and you can see a little bit of this.
Yeah.
be a good drone shot if you could get a drone up there.
I do. I like the color contrast between the red brick and the blue sky too.
Yeah, sky is beautiful.
Yeah.
One thing you could try sometimes if you are too close, if you don't have a wide angle lens, maybe do a vertical pan up.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then bring them together.
yeah.
Well, I did take some vertical shots, but anyway, this one turned out better. And this is the tallest building in Charleston,
Wow.
a church. This is St. Matthew's Lutheran Church, I think, but it's the tallest building. And some time ago, they passed a ruling that nothing else could ever be built that would exceed that height.
That's why there aren't a lot of skyscrapers.
Well,
Yeah.
Interesting.
So this was early on Sunday morning. We were trying to get there before too much traffic and too many people. And I tried to just get the church, and then I decided to leave it more of a street scene. So this was f 7.1, 26 millimeter, 1/1600th of a second, and ISO 1600.
Beautiful church.
Is that on a street called Church Street where all the churches are? I mean, is it?
Every street has a lot of, has a lot of churches on it.
I've never seen so many churches. On Sunday morning, we were driving around and, there were people out in the street directing traffic because church was, happening, and there were lots of people getting into church. So not only are there a lot of churches, but they seem to be well attended.
Yeah.
Some of those churches have really remarkable cemeteries behind them of the,
Yes, they do. And
in the
sadly, a lot of the
higher elevation.
stones are falling over or degrading, and you can barely read them anymore because I don't know if they were put on sandstone or what, but they don't hold up well over time. Anyway, there you have it.
I wasn't nearly as industrious as Lynn was in processing pictures from yesterday and the day before. So I went back and I was looking at the architecture that pictures I've taken, and was looking through the list in that category, and I was having a hard time picking. They're going to come from the archives for sure. So I went to Flickr, and if you go down to stats, to the stats, when you get to the numbers, there's a way that shows you how many hits you have that day and on what. If you get at the very bottom, you can see every photo in your list that you've taken, also from the beginning of your use of Flickr. And you can see from the most hits down to the lowest hits. And so I started looking at some of the higher ones, and it was funny to me that some of my favorites were not in that highest list. But I wound up picking one that was second in the list, and then one that was a little bit down that I decided to use even though it wasn't.
Very cool. That is amazing.
No, this one is Charlotte, not Charlton, but Charlotte. One Wells Fargo Center. This
Wow.
is something that I shot with a D700, f5 400 ISO 1/400th, 1/4000th, and I guess it resonated with somebody. I have a question about whether the way that you get hit sometimes may get stuck, and that there may be more people didn't look at it, that there something was wrong with the algorithm. But this had 14,154 hits when
Wow.
it was posted on September 22. But
HDR, right?
oh yeah.
If I were to look at my images on Flickr and then choose one by the hits, they would all be exactly the same. Not too many hits.
Well, I've been on Flickr
Yeah, you've been.
since 2006, I think, and so some of these have a good long history.
Well, and you've always said too that you put your images in various collections, which I think is important. And you comment on other people's images, which I think helps too.
Yeah, and pardon me?
If you populate your tags.
Yes, tagging them like tag for what your camera was or any of that.
Oh, okay, that's a good idea. Yeah.
But Chuck, you're right, I think, and I don't do as good a job as I would like to, but especially for people that favor a photo and make a comment, I'm very much more likely to comment back.
Mm-hmm.
And but as many groups as you can, there's some that are maybe two or three, and they have high hits, but they probably belong. They're following a bunch of people, 1,000 people. So low groups, high number of members followed. That works too. But then there's some like this. I just don't know where all they came from. But oh yeah,
Really?
I may have been braced on something. That's a very common thing for me. So this one, this was downtown Oklahoma City. And this has been out there since January of 2011. This was with a Nikon D300. F4 ISO was 200 and 1600 shutter speed.
Where did you take
Wow, that's really, really beautiful.
Yeah.
a window or from the ground?
No, it was from the ground.
From the ground?
And
Is that a bridge going across?
yes, it's like the one in Larry's, a skywalk, basically.
Where they have the river walk as well.
It's close. Oklahoma City has taken a page from San Antonio and the Riverwalk. They have developed a really nice one. It wasn't, and I haven't been there for a good long while, but it's close to a channel they've rechanneled a river, and part of it is being used for boating. But I mean, help me, somebody, competitive rowing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sculls. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that some of the early parts of Olympics has been done there for that. But anyway, I did a series of these that were similar, but this was my favorite. So.
That's HDR.
Yeah, nice.
And this one had a measly view of 8,754. So anyway, stop share. I guess we lost Frank. He had.
Yeah, he had to catch his flight.
Yeah, I figured as much. And he had two photos that'll carry over to the next one. So they're not lost. But, well, we had some good lessons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
conversation was excellent.
Yes. Any last comments?
Yeah, what's the next?
Open.
Oh, yeah.
And then what's the date?
I have it.
Send me a list of everybody's email.
Yeah, and I
lost everything when my Gmail was compromised about 2 months ago or a month ago. I had to dump and remove everything, including all my contacts.
oh jeez.
So it's been if I'd have known it was going to be this much fun, I just would have changed my email. Except it's my name, so I would have just changed it to something else if I'd known that it was going to be this much of a hassle.
If anybody wants to write down the web for the competition.
Yes, I would like to just take a picture.
Yeah.
Well, what if you Do you have a
I-
electronic version of it?
I'll send it to
Yeah,
everybody.
'cause I was gonna
Yeah,
say, if you
just-
send it to everybody.
Yeah.
And then I'll get
Tim will
everybody's
emails.
Okay, okay, I won't do blind comments then,
Yeah,
or,
blind copy, yeah, just,
yeah,
yeah, CC.
okay,
And then I'll just draw it out,
Right.
put it back in context.
yes,
Maybe somebody already said it, but the
No.
challenge this time is anything goes, I think. Or
so
anything, no specific challenge.
Yeah,
everything
open.
goes,
Yeah.
It's the
Your
second
fo-
week.
Wait, the next one is open?
well, I think we have decided that every other meeting is going to be everything's open,
Everything.
So-
And what's
so you
the
can-
date on the next meeting?
And it's March the 10th, right?
yeah,
Yes.
Oh,
all right,
Hey,
good,
Lynn,
good.
could you tip up so I can see that painting back there?
Can you hear him? He wants
No.
to, he wants to see the painting behind you that your
Oh,
aunt or great aunt did.
I don't know how to get far enough. No, it was my grandmother. Oh,
Just turn around from there and you can see it, pretty much.
wow.
no, you can't.
N- Right there,
Well,
just
Yeah.
tilt your screen back a little bit.
I love it.
There you
Yeah,
go.
it's really dramatic.
Wow.
That's amazing.
It's my grandmother had a college degree in fine art, and
Mm.
she painted this. It was Joan of Arc.
Oh,
Oh,
that explains
Hmm.
why I had that dramatic.
It's
Joan of
paint-
Arc without a weapon in her hand. Interesting.
Yeah, it's painted on fabric.
Bring it next time?
Yeah, it's nice.
What was
Did you
that?
take a
On
picture?
fabric.
Bring it next time as one of the pictures?
Yeah. Yeah,
Really look
picture
at
of a picture.
Oh, I could do that.
thank you,
We,
Lynn.
we need to have another social get together and do a potluck thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we were just
could have
talking about, we maybe at least should go to lunch once a month or something, if we could all make sure our calendars were open after the meeting, that would be real fun.
But potluck was fun too. That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot
Oh,
of
the
fun.
potluck was.
Because you could bring your spouse or significant other or whatever, and
Yeah.
And Millie,
Conveniently, been somewhere
I
else.
enjoyed Millie.
Oh, have you?
Well, that's how I first.
All right, I'm going to stop the meeting. Thank you, everybody. See
Thanks, you guys.
again.
Bye, Lynn.
Bye,
See
bye,
you.
Charles.
Bye, y'all.
Actually.